kind of really locate the ball quickly and identify what they're going to do?
Well, the first step to that is stopping the run. So if we can stop the run, then we can mitigate the play action. So that's our game plan.
I know obviously running the ball is still really important to them, but are they doing anything differently on early downs? Maybe short passing more early downs?
I see a lot of quick game, but more so they're really committed to the run, and I think that's the difference between them and other teams. They're turning and hand it off at any time. So it's a tough brand of football.
Aside of the physicality as far as what Derrick Henry possesses, that run game is still the same no matter who they have back there.
Mm-hmm. That's the attitude. It trickled down from the head coach, and it's the attitude between them and the whole team. So we know they're going to turn the ball around and hand it off, and we got to be up to the challenge.
Against the Dolphins, first time Zach Cunningham was play calling. What's the communication level between secondary and him, or is there?
It's communication. He got to turn around. He got to communicate with everybody to get the call to him. So Zach's comfortable doing that. He's done it before, and they deemed the responsibility to him, and he stepped up and did it.
What's it like whenever that responsibility is transitioned to a new player? Is there you got to work through the week, you got to go to the games? What's that kind of thing?
It's just a little adjustment to the voice. Zach is a little quieter than other people, so that's the only adjustment. But he can communicate effectively and get the call to everybody.
You have to yell him a little, "Hey, can't hear you."
No, his lip reading a little harder to read than Kirko's because Kirko got the big smile. So.
How do you all going forward? How do you all stop having so many big plays going up against you all?
I think we stay deepest is the deepest, and the main thing is just everybody doing their job. If your job is to stay deep, then you stay deep. If your job is to come up, support the run, and be first support, second support, and do that and do it effectively.
Have you seen where maybe some of you all are trying to make a play, but in the midst of trying to make a play, something happens, a mistake happens?
That's kind of what I said earlier. It's just people doing their job and doing what they're supposed to do, and not, everybody want to make plays, and it's the NFL. So I think sometimes that can get in the way of if everybody do their job, and then everybody eat per se. So.
What is it that you think you have to do to hold on to the job you have now?
Just come in and create turnovers. I think that's probably been the biggest thing. Create turnovers and be consistent tackling, and that's it.
What has been the experience kind of moving forward and back and working through those things?
It's given me a lot of perspective, just being up there, meeting with Lovey, and just seeing the game in a different way. I think before I was so man-focused, like if it was like it's a zone, a man is in my zone, I'm so focused on the man, but the quarterback tell you everything you need to know, and I think that's been the difference.
What ways does he kind of help you understand the big picture of the defense? Because it sounds like that's an important thing.
He tries to tell you that the quarterback is going to give you the picture. Like, yeah, you want to have your tendencies and your formations, but, at the end of the day, they can do anything they want. So be loyal to your keys, read your keys, and then read the quarterback.
Justin Reed talks a lot about eye discipline. Is that something that you all are definitely going to take into account this week, playing against a team who does like to play action a lot?
Definitely. And like I said before, we stop the run, we can mitigate the play action a little bit, and we can play a little bit faster.
All set, guys?
Yes, thank you. All right, thank you.
No problem. Thank y'all.
All right, Burlsworth Award winner himself.
What's up, guys?
These guys become a starter as a rookie at a practice squad in Vegas. What's this like for you to be able to start right away here after a couple of weeks?
Short answer, it's been a dream come true. Ever since I was a little kid, I wanted to be a starting center in the NFL. But it's been a lot of work for sure, learning a new offense in just a couple of weeks. But everyone around me has been great and really supportive. So, it's been chaotic. Initially, the first week was pretty crazy, but so far it's been amazing.
I got a more important question for you. Who's the best musical trio of all time?
You heard me conversing about that this morning? Yeah.
Talk about that?
Yeah, that was a conversation I had with a couple people this morning. I don't know. I guess you would have to. It was kind of a tie. Someone said the Bee Gees, which I guess was a good addition. Yeah. Like Destiny's Child. Someone said Dixie Chicks was up there. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have like a definite answer on that.
You have a better answer for a quartet?
No. I need more time to think about that one.
Do you think things like in the Bosworth Trophy actually going to go back and get the trophy? What did it mean to you, just kind of with the backstory of who that guy was, what it was about?
It was great. I was happy to go back to Pittsburgh and finally meet the Burlsworth family in person. The Burlsworth Trophy is a special award just because, it obviously remembers Brandon Burlsworth and such an amazing but tragic story he had. And then it just, really honors walk-ons all across the country who, it's a tough battle to get a scholarship and play and have a successful career in college. So I was really fortunate, and that's an important word to me that I'll always remember. So it was pretty cool going back home and getting that.
And from 7th round pick to moving around teams to becoming a starter, it seems like a lot you've learned in a short amount of time. What have you learned about yourself in that span?
Learned about myself? That's a good question. I haven't really had enough time to slow down and think about that, but I think kind of just hit me like today. I was talking with Paul Quessenberry. I don't know what the number is on NFL guys, but I think it's like less than 2,000. And I think about how many people play football. I really haven't stopped to think about what I learned about myself, but it's just been a crazy experience. Just try to take it day by day and realize that I'm a professional football player. It's pretty awesome.
What's the adjustment like for you and Tyrod, just kind of getting to know each other and make sure you're on the same page in terms of set protections and everything?
Yeah, Tyrod's phenomenal, and you can tell he's a true vet. It's been really smooth. He handles, a lot of it, and I do my job at the line, but I couldn't ask for a better quarterback to play with. That whole room has been fantastic between Davis, Jeff, and Tyrod leading the show, but it's been, and especially the guys I play next to, all four of them know exactly what to do. It makes my job a lot easier.
This week will be one of the rare times that you'll actually have the same starting line in consecutive weeks or consecutive games anyway. How much of a difference does that make?
Yeah, just the more reps I can get with the guys, it's been better, obviously. The more weeks you can pile on, the more comfortable you get, and more experience means a lot more in the success that we have. So, like I said, I'm new to the show, but it's been a comfortable situation with the guys I play next to, and I really like playing, especially next to Justin and Titus, and when Max comes in too. They've all been phenomenal.
What do you think as a younger lineman, what do you feel like you bring to the table, and what do you think about playing against guys like Jeffrey Simmons, being your second NFL starter?
Yeah, what I bring to the table is really just doing my job and make sure I accomplish what's asked of me, and then making sure my effort is, second to none out there. And that's what I'm going to do. Try to do my job best of my ability and give it everything I got for those 60 minutes.
In the effort of improving the run game, what are some things that y'all found that you do well?
I think just straining on blocks, communication up front is pretty good. We just need to, establish a rhythm. Obviously, we got it early on in Miami and then, kind of fell off. And whether that was between one little thing here or a guy making one mistake, we're very close. So hopefully we can put it together this weekend in Nashville.
All set. Just the second part of that, blocking Jeffrey Simmons. What do you see from him on the tape, the challenge of a guy like that?
I mean, he's a fantastic player, but every week you're going to play a fantastic player. One of my best friends in the league, his name is Brian O'Neill. I played with him in Pittsburgh. And, when I was in college, I was like, what's the difference between college and NFL? And he's like, in college you circle like 3 games, like guys you're going to see there, high draft prospects. In the NFL you see him every week. And Jeffrey Simmons is, one of those dudes. He's at the top of the list. So I'm excited to play him, and it'll be a good challenge for us.
What brought up the debate over the trio?
I don't know. I was getting taped, and I think Migos was on, and someone said something like, how famous is Migos? And then I just thought, who's the most famous trio? Music, yeah.
So, guys. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, guys.
From Jimmy Morrissey, just as a young lineman, you should go get some practice.
Jimmy? Yeah, Jimmy a good dude, man. He be in there. He was always, even before this opportunity presented itself to him, he was in there giving great looks, gritty, tough guy. I like him a lot.
Even with Derek Henry not being in there this week, do you all change up anything, or is it just like a plug and play and they just keep going? Their running game is their running game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they got Adrian Peterson, man. That's the greatest running back, one of the greatest running backs of my childhood. So not really my childhood, but my my teenage years, and then, he's a great runner, and you got to respect that team no matter what, just because of the style of play and what they do.
I know a lot of times. How much time do you spend with Lovie Smith to the point where he's trying to let you understand as a defensive tackle the big picture of the defense? Or do you really need to know that much about it?
Yeah, I mean, Lovie on us. Me specifically, he just, I know where the standard is for what a 3 technique is supposed to do in this scheme, what it means to be an under tackle in this scheme, and he just holds me to that standard.
You asked Jimmy about greatest bands. Who's on your list?
You said Jimmy about the greatest bands?
Greatest band, musical bands.
I don't know, man. That's kind of tough.
We were talking about the greatest trio specifically.
Trio?
He said the discussion came about because of Migos. And he was thinking about it.
I mean, in the last 10 years, probably is Migos, but there's some other ones in there.
Maliek, how do you try to your aggressiveness has caused you to get some penalties this year? How are you able to tone that down and still be as effective as you are?
I'm not toning down at all. I'm just gonna lower my hitting target, where I hit a person at. I'm not gonna change what I do. I would be more. I have better judgment when it comes to what type of down it is. Like for instance, the one against the Patriots. I'm an experienced player. I know that situation right there, at the end of the game. Don't do that.
What's Zach Cunningham like as a play caller defensively?
Oh, Zach, man, he was good last week, man. 2 weeks ago, he was in there. He was effective with the communication. He's a player in this league that he done been successful in this league. For the last 5 seasons. So I wouldn't expect nothing less of him. Him, Nev, Camus, they all were effective communicators for us. Like the last time we played.
What is the in-game relationship like between 3 techs like you and the linebackers?
I don't talk a lot, man. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I talk to everybody play in, play out. I get the close call and I try to do my job. That's pretty much it. When we come to the sideline, if there's anything we need to adjust or anything like that, I'm always an open book to that. But pretty much it's me doing what I'm supposed to do. They do what they're supposed to do.
Going back to the previous question I asked you, how hard is it though as a defensive lineman to be able to just with the rules being changed and where you can't hit them, how can you prevent that, knowing that you've been doing or hitting somebody one way your whole time, and you're in the midst of coming after a guy to try to stop him from getting the first down?
I've been thinking about that a lot. I think the league is like in a place where they're trying to find a happy medium for that. What's too much and what's not enough. If you got to think about it, you obviously shouldn't hit them. If you have time to think about it, which probably I had time to think about it in a couple of situations. It was flagged. Probably one of them really, but you get that frustration. You finally win a rush or something like that, and then you get there and the ball's gone. You got to win quicker. I got to have better discipline in myself to know when to hit a quarterback, etc. Yeah, pretty much.
Spend your open week?
My what?
How'd you spend your open week last week?
Bye week?
5 week.
I spent it with my kids, man. I got a lot of free time with my kids. I didn't do nothing at all, really. I just sat there and chilled.
They a handful?
Huh?
They a handful?
Nah, they pretty mature for their age. They good kids.
All set?
Yeah.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, everyone. That'll do it for today.
Thanks, folks.